Knuckles the Echidna, but you can call me Knuckles. Once again, the Master Emerald was stolen from Angel Island. The thief turns out to be this know-it-all Batgirl of all things. When that Batgirl was within my reach, who do you think shows up? Yep, that's right, Eggman. He came just in time to spoil my plan, and even tried to take the Master Emerald. I managed to break the Master Emerald into pieces before Eggman managed to escape. Now I have to find the pieces. That Batgirl is after the pieces as well. I have to collect them all and put the emerald back together quickly.
And welcome back to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Alright, so we are going to start off the first Knuckles mission, where we get to hunt, once again, just like in Sonic Adventure 1, we gotta search around the level and find 3 pieces of the Master Emerald. Because, you know, we need to find all the pieces of the Master Emerald before Rouge the Bat does. Now, so yes, much like in Sonic Adventure 1, depending on where the location of the Master Emerald piece is located at, you have the little radar at the bottom of the screen. If you're on the right track to finding the location of the Master Emerald piece, the radar, the symbol on the radar will blink green, or it'll beep slowly and it'll have a green color. If you're getting much closer to it, then yeah, it'll do just like what it's doing now, and it will beep a lot faster and turn yellow. And when you're just so close to that Master Emerald piece, then it will turn red and it will just beep like crazy until you actually pick it up. Now I do not remember if they implement this in Sonic Adventure 1, because it's actually been a while since I played the first Sonic Adventure game. But if for whatever reason, if you're having issues trying to find any pieces of the Master Emerald, you'll find these like purple monitors like scattered across the level, which if you interact with it with a B button, it will actually give you a hint as to where the next emerald piece is located. However,
yeah, but I think at the cost of that, I think it actually does lower your rank.
It does. You don't get as many points if you rely on like 1, 2, 3 monitors max. Fortunately for me, I do not need monitors to help me find these Master Emerald pieces. All right, I have a thing called exploration. Besides, with a level like Wild Canyon, it's actually a really small level, so it's like it's not really hard to go to certain parts of the level just to quickly find one Master Emerald piece after the next.
Yeah, like it's like this. They do get a lot bigger than this, which is where the real problems of the stages tend to show up.
Yeah.
Right. Well, another thing, I think in Sonic Adventure, in the first one, you know, you could pick up any of the Master Emerald pieces, like in any order. It's just the radar goes off towards whichever ones you're closest to. That's not the case in this game. There is a particular order. So I mean, it's very possible you could find a Master Emerald piece, but it's not the one. You're not supposed to pick it up yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I feel good.
You ruined the A-ranked streak.
Yeah, it's like, you know, why should that make a difference?
Start the playthrough over.
I got A's and B's mostly.
I got the A's and B's and 1, 2, 3s.
All right. Look, I think if memory serves, for the most part, I get A's and B's. There are a couple of levels where it's like either I got a D or an E rank, and for good reason too. Because they're if for those of you at home who are familiar with that battle, probably 1, maybe 2 levels come to mind, but we'll get to that like near end game.
Yeah. I will say this though, like Dry Lagoon here, like Rouge's first level, this is actually one of my favorite songs in this game. Yeah, I really like it. I really like this one, but then again, like, I'm probably one of the weird people to say that I actually liked Rouge the Bat. You know, the downside, it's like, because everybody's all about, you know, she's all about tits and ass and shit, and it's like, oh yeah, for whatever reason, Sega decided to just solely focus on that now. It's like, yeah, you look at Rouge, how she's depicted now, it's like, yeah, she's just a big flirt machine. That's not the Rouge you see in this game. It's like, yes, she can be a little bit flirty, but that's not all there was to the character, which is what I actually liked about her. But it's like, yeah, as more games came along and as they used her more and more, it's like, yeah, they just made that her sole characteristic, and that really sucks.
I kind of like how it was, how she was depicted, like within that 21st anniversary interview animation. Some Call Me Johnny. It's like, you would think that they would use my character a lot better than just being a form of eye candy, or just to be rescued by Shadow. Wait, did you say eye candy?
I meant emotional support.
Yeah.
Actually, if I can make like a comment about this too, funny enough, I actually kind of liked how she's depicted more so in the Japanese version of Sonic X, primarily because of her relationship with Topaz. Because it's like you could tell straight up, it's like, oh yeah, these two are total lesbos. Caesar!
God damn it. But yeah, it's like Japanese Sonic X is like a completely different experience, to what we got. It's so radically different.
Yeah, I still remember the clip where it's like Topaz is about to arrest Rouge, and Rouge is like, so you're into that kinky stuff, huh? And the cops behind her just snickering.
There's like a scene where like she's talking with Knuckles and she makes a comment or saying, hey, do you know how to have fun at night? And Knuckles is like, wait, what? And Rouge is like, I'm a bat. I'm nocturnal by nature. And it's like son of a bitch.
But honestly, I'd love it if that's what they did with her more, because like, I mean, sure, you could make her a flirt or whatnot, but like, make her more of a troll. Like someone who's like just straight up fucking with people. Like, yeah,
I can totally see that.
Yeah, like in a way, make her kind of like Ada Wong, because that's kind of what she does with Leon. It's like, hey, I'm hot, I know it, I know you're into me, but I like to play hard to get, fucker.
Oh.
Yeah. Well. I mean, it's like, I'm not saying get rid of the flirtiness altogether, because you gotta remember, she is a government spy, and if anyone has ever had a cursory glance at a James Bond movie, flirting is part of the job. But that should not be the only thing that defines her anymore.
That should not be the only, redeeming quality of Rouge the Bat's character.
Yeah, meanwhile, it comes Sonic Generations is like, oh hi, let's do an entire mission where apparently Eggman programmed boners in all of his robots.
Yeah, that's what what the hell was that about?
Oh man, yeah, that's probably one of the many reasons why I cannot wait to get around to recording Sonic Generations for the channel. Just to show off, just to relive that moment and remind myself on just how ridiculous that whole mission is.
It was.
Christ.
But suffice it to say, so Eggman's.
Yeah, Eggman just blowing stuff up in his mech.
Yeah, so it's like we already got a good glimpse on how Eggman plays, when we were introduced to the first level in the Dark Story, Iron Gate. But yeah, essentially, if you haven't caught wind of how gameplay works in this game already, there are three kinds of levels you can experience. We got the basic run to the goal ring kind of levels featuring Sonic and later down the road Shadow the Hedgehog. We have the mech levels which involve Dr. Eggman, and eventually Tails whenever we get around to his first level in SA2 Battle, where essentially he literally does the exact same thing as Eggman, where he just goes into his new mech based off the with his new tornado. And then we have the treasure hunting levels, as we just witnessed not too long ago at the beginning of this part, featuring Knuckles and Rouge the Bat.
Oh god, keep Link away from that room.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much like regardless of which storyline you play, whether it's the hero story or the dark story, you're limited to only 3 styles of gameplay, as opposed to Sonic Adventure 1, where every character had their own unique style. That is probably the one thing I will say that the first Sonic Adventure I did like more than Adventure 2. I liked that wide variety. Granted, I don't really care about, Big the Cats, but everybody else is, it's like, I like that everyone had their own, like, unique little gimmick. So the fact that they got rid of half of those gimmicks for the sequel, that kind of bummed me out.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown. But I mean, honestly, personally, it didn't really bother me all that much, because I mean, considering on like, it's like these they got rid of like half of the gimmicks that came with like literally every single like individual character in the first Sonic Adventure game. But considering on like just how each level is like laid out different from one another in this game, even though they're limited to only just 3 variations of levels, it's like it didn't really faze me all that much, really. But that's just me though.
I bet you can't wait to get to Metal Harbor with Dr. Eggman, so you can do like that 50,000 hit combo thing. Like
yes, weapons bed. That's the level you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fun. Oh, hi.
There. Hey, Danny, heard you talking shit about my levels.
Big, you can. What makes you think you can fish for anything in that thing of quicksand?
But Froggy's in there.
No, he's not.
I'll jump in there to have it. I'll jump in there to prove it. Actually, you know what? Sure, Big, do that. Jump in there.
Yeah, it's like, by all means, look for sandworms.
Froggy's been taken by sandworms.
Fuck you, Daddy. I heard you talking shit.
Chaos Emerald in the Space Colony Ark.
Now there is one thing that sadly still lingers with even with the HD versions of this game. The fact that with the cutscene dialogue, sometimes they tend to overlap each other quite a lot. Normally this would be a case right here where Eggman is getting the new scoop on his on the telly. But thanks to editing, I got rid of that problem.
Mysteriously, the only thing that was stolen was the Chaos Emerald.
The Chaos Emerald?
Yeah, now you see, normally, it's funny because it's like, we would have the news reporter like slowly about to say the only thing that was stolen was the Chaos Emerald. But Eggman spews out his line, like even before the news reporter even mentions the Chaos Emerald. So it's like, he would say the line, mysteriously, the only thing that was stolen, the Chaos Emerald!
Yeah, that more so just has to do with the fact where it's like, yeah, they had to keep the lines like in time with the characters speaking in general.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because it's time with Japanese script.
Yeah.
But now we get a little bit of glimpse on a little tiny glimpse of Shadow's origins and how he came, and in a way like how and what happened with him and this other really important character, Maria.
Who looks hideous in this game.
You know, you may say she looks hideous at that moment, but you should see her when without the that filter that makes it seem like you're watching a flashback or something.
Oh God, I don't think I want to.
Yeah, it's yeah, you can easily tell it's like, okay, clearly this is just like, clearly they did something wrong with like the textures, with the modeling and such. But it's like, yeah, they cover it up with the flashback filter.
So they pulled a Silent Hill.
Yeah, I guess that's a way you can put it. It's like, all right, that's actually a pretty accurate comparison, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like, let's use fog to cover up the unfinished textures.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so Shadow is out for revenge now that he is released, thanks to Dr. Eggman. So join us next time as we tackle the first Shadow the Hedgehog mission, and another really fun level in this game, and probably another one of the more memorable levels in the game, Radical Highway. We will see you guys then.
This is Knuckles.